Hi, I'm Vikas, a general surgical trainee in Oxford. Today I want to share with you the bag that I use on a daily basis, why I chose it, and what I keep on it that helps me on an everyday basis as a general surgical trainee. When I started off as a general surgical trainee, I was keen to get a bag that would be fit for purpose. I made a list of things that would be important for me and then scoured the internet for one that I thought that would be appropriate. I finally settled on the bag and in the past couple of months have added and subtracted things to usually have a general sum of things that I think is most helpful for me as a general surgical trainee. I hope this helps you just in case if that's something that you're looking for. So the things that were primarily important for me were A, it needed to be rugged. As a surgical trainee, we don't always have an allotted space to keep our bags, and I wanted to make sure that no matter where my bag was, it was safe and wouldn't get worn down. The second thing was that I wanted to make sure that the tech compartment of the bag was well padded, for reason number one, just because I didn't know if I had to set it down quickly and run off to theatre, or if it was a narrow space that may be cramped. The third thing, for obvious reasons, I wanted the food compartment and the tech compartment to be separate. And lastly, I wanted it to be a bit stylish. So after scouring the internet, Reddit, and YouTube, I narrowed my options down to three. The first being the Osprey Nebula, which is about 34 litres. The second being the Thule Via, which was about 25 litres. And the last being the Face Cryptic. I settled on the Face Cryptic. In my opinion, this is a very stylish bag. I think that it fits my purpose really well. I can keep everything that I want and need on an everyday basis, and it's not too big. I think that I don't struggle for space either. So let's go through the bag one by one, and I'll explain to you what I use in this bag and why I think that it's perfect for my purpose. So let's start with the front. Here you see, it's probably common in a lot of bags, is a pig snout. So since I've come to Oxford, I start to bike to and from work, and I can just attach the bike light to this, and so when I'm coming back when it's dark outside, then pedestrians and cars can see when I'm coming and going, which I find extremely helpful. The second thing is this mesh, which again is very common amongst backpacks, but the way that I use it is that on those days when you don't know if you need an extra layer or not, and there isn't enough space inside the bag, you can just tuck something inside here and it grips onto it really well. So that's the front of the bag, as much as I use at least. And let's get into the front compartment then. So this front compartment is probably the smallest compartment in the bag, which opens in this semi-lunar fashion here. The stuff that I keep in this bag, in this compartment at least, are my AirPods, which are absolutely essential. I think an absolute lifesaver. Second thing is my power bank. So this is just an Anker 10,000 milliamp power bank that I've had for a couple of years now, and it serves my purpose really well. I just need to sort of charge it once a month or so, and then I can use it essentially whenever I need. With it, I keep this cable. This is a 3-in-1 cable that I got back in India. It has a micro USB, a lightning, and a USB-C. It's helped me out in many times in a pinch. It's worked like a charm. Next, in this mesh compartment, I usually keep a couple of hand sanitizers, especially important in this day and age. I keep this marker that we need in surgery sometimes to mark the site for our safety checklist before every surgery. I keep this Tide pen in case I'm wearing good formal clinic clothes that I get dirty. And I keep these pack of chewing gums just because I love coffee and I want to be decent to my patients when I speak to them. In Inside my zip compartment here, I just keep some extra pens and some extra markers. I like this feature a lot. It's just a carabiner with my keys on it, but sometimes when I'm coming back and it's dark outside, it's very easy to find my keys because it's attached to this rope here, or this cloth that's stitched in. And in the back at the back compartment here, I have a couple of things. First, this is an eye mask, which I would highly recommend to all surgical trainees, just in case you have that 15-20 minutes or half an hour of rest in a busy night shift and you want to get some shut-eye. These are an absolute godsend. This is my brush. Actually, I bought this as with my main brush that I have at home, and this just came out as a set, and this was small enough to keep in my bag, so I kept it. But actually, it's been very helpful, especially on those crazy hair days after you spent all day in the operating theater and your hair is moving in all sorts of ways. This just adds a sense of decency in case you need to grab groceries before heading home. And lastly, this is my hand cream. So I don't think I used to use this before I joined surgical training, but on theatre days, sometimes when there are a lot of cases, you have to keep scrubbing, and so there's a lot of hand washing, and my hands at least, crack and get dry, and this sort of helps and prevents it, especially in this day and age when we're washing our hands more and more. This is definitely something that I would recommend. So that's for the front compartment. Now we can go to the main compartment of the bag. Let me just turn this around here. Maybe it'll be a bit better for you to see. This sort of opens up halfway, but it's very easily accessible all the way inside. Let's have a look what I have here. So this is just my stethoscope, then I keep a roll of tape around it. These are my waterproofs, so it's a cover for my bag as well as a pair of waterproof pants, because you never know when it's going to rain, and the last thing you want on your way back is to have a wet pair of jeans or trousers when you're cycling back. I keep my Oxford Manual of Surgery just to read in downtime. I keep this reusable bag just in case I need to grab groceries on my way back. And I keep this keep cup, which is a reusable coffee cup that I really like. These days we're not really allowed to use reusable coffee cups, but hopefully when things get better, more use for this. So this is the tech part. This is the part that's extra padded. I normally keep either my laptop or my trust issued iPad in this. It's big enough to hold a 15-inch or laptop. Mine is 13, but it can easily hold a 15-inch laptop within it as well. I like to also keep this folder for physical sheets of paper that I'm given. This is just documentation of the coronavirus vaccine. When I was given the vaccine, they handed me all this paperwork, and if I would have just left it there, either it would have gotten lost or crumpled, but this just helps to organize it in a way. So on the sides, I like to keep my umbrella on one side and a water bottle on the other, but that's primarily it in terms of what I keep on my bag. The bag itself is very comfortable. It has this padding all around on the back. It's something that they call a flex vent system that I saw on the North Face Surge and a lot of their other North Face bags. It just adds this layer of air moving through it. I did have a chance to try this on when it was a bit hot in August as well, and it does work for sure. It does help cool your back, and you don't have that layer of disgusting sweat in your back on a hot day. I like to keep this Peak Design clip on my bag as well. Just when I use this bag as a day bag when I'm headed out, I can easily just clip my camera onto it, and also on work days it's sort of a subtle reminder of my love for photography. I've actually had a really great conversation with a consultant just because they're a photographer too, and they noted this Peak Design clip on it. So definitely recommend for those of you that enjoy photography. Well, that's it from me in terms of what I keep on my bag and use on a daily basis. I hope that was helpful, and I will try and link the bag and most of the stuff that I have in this bag down below. Let me know what you keep in your bag, what you normally carry daily when you go to work. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to know. And please leave them in the comment section below. Till then, stay happy, stay curious.